Hello, it's Scott Manley here with Homeworld Part 8. We have won our vengeance against those that would scourge our planet.
We've completed decrypting data from the enemy frigate we captured in the Karak system. It appears to be an Imperial broadcast. In order to stay clear of these outposts, our course will take us into a turbulent asteroid field and through the heart of a nebula.
Well, an asteroid field seems like a good idea to me, given that we've been mining asteroids for the last few missions. Okay, team, get to work on these asteroids. We have all the beautiful resources to be harvested. Okay, this mission isn't that easy. In fact, what you have to do is destroy the asteroids that are all coming to kill your spacecraft. I know this because it's my second run through this mission.
We haven't cleared the asteroid field. Prepare for collisions. Incoming asteroids must be destroyed before they impact with the mothership. Concentrate fire within this collision envelope.
Intensify forward firepower. I don't want anything to get through. Yes, taking my cues from Admiral Piet, of course. Yes, we will not be going down like a super star destroyer.
Research Division reports it is now equipped for super capital ship drive technology. We advise commencing research immediately.
Yeah, I'm sure the science team will love to do that. They'll be able to get out and have a walk around while asteroids are flying by and smashing things. Okay, so you got to destroy the asteroids before they get close enough. They can hit some of your ships, but also the asteroids which you destroy, or at least break down into small enough chunks, those drop resources which you can send your ships after to make sure that you get the maximum amount of resource units from this mission. Okay, let's start the super capital research. And yeah, you see there's RUs from these ones that are destroyed. I'm more or less just picking and choosing these things and just sending everyone at them. I'm not sure this is the best tactic, but yeah, that's what we're doing. It might be better to send some of these ships back into the hold, to be honest. Look at my combat ships just blowing stuff up here. My salvage team are just kind of sitting there, but yeah, that's what this mission is. It's just killing asteroids. There's another asteroid. Nothing personal. Nothing personal, just lay into it with the lasers. Or the ion guns or whatever. See, they get smaller and smaller and you have to keep retargeting them. They don't seem to be hugely aggressive.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Combat maneuvers begun. I kind of would like it if you just were a little more proactive, to be honest. How are we doing? We're still at full strength, have not lost any ships right now. I'm still not sure about building fighters. I don't think I've had any successes with fighters so far. Okay, come on, make sure you keep shooting them. Don't sit still. Okay, how about frigates? We could build an assault frigate. That might be useful. We haven't built many of those. Lasers or ion guns or whatever. Now, the trick. Oh man, one of those came right down the middle there. We want to avoid it hitting one of our ships. I don't know how I missed that one. Brace for impact! Oh!
Grip 3 has defeated the enemy.
Grip 3 may have defeated the enemy, but I wouldn't really call it an enemy. Oh wow. How come these things are just not happening? Okay.
Enemy neutralized, awaiting orders.
Yeah, kill the next one. Just keep killing. I want this asteroid belt to be gravel when we are done with it. Okay, let's send the salvage corvettes back and tell them to just stay docked.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Okay. Yes. Enemy neutralized. Sweet.
Combat maneuvers begun.
And this one's coming up in the middle. Yeah, the camera doesn't... You can see the camera doesn't always help figuring out which one's which. You can move the camera over the top, but what I found was that once you start breaking them up, it becomes... Sometimes you can't see the red circles showing you which ones to target, so you end up missing things for a long time. Okay, that's it. Come on! Victory! Okay. That one? No. Oh, there, that one. That one. Kill it! Kill it with fire! I know that asteroids and crazy you know, bugs are obviously related.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Okay. And my other fleet. Oh man, we lost a few corvettes. Darn.
Defeated the enemy.
Sorry. You will be remembered. We will avenge you. And it looks like, actually like there's 2 waves of rocks here, so I'm gonna kill as many here as possible. And then gonna start building some more heavy corvettes to make sure that we replace our losses.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Yes, yes. So I'm just using caps lock to basically select my entire combat fleet. That's really what I'm doing. I don't know if there's any, yeah, I don't know if there's any other ships that are getting involved that I shouldn't want. Just putting all firepower on them. My heavy corvettes are getting deployed. Oh no, this is going to impact. Everyone, hold on! Prepare for impact! And bang! Oh, did it explode? It exploded just as it got there. Ha! That was a close miss, or a close something or other. Oh, is this one coming over the top? No, it's going on that side. Great. Yeah, perspective. One of those things that you gotta learn to deal with in a 3D game. Fire! Oh, there. Why is it not firing? Sometimes I have it lined up and it's not firing.
Group 3 reports victory.
Okay.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Yes. That carrier... I'm not sure. That carrier doesn't seem to be doing very much, if you ask me, other than taking damage.
Attack complete. Awaiting further orders.
Heavy corvette
Keep
complete.
firing.
Combat
I mean, this
maneuvers
is... I have to say,
begun.
this mission does seem rather easy. I did this mission once, and I lost a lot of ships.
Combat maneuvers
But
begun.
doing it again, it doesn't feel like...
Mission accomplished.
It doesn't feel hugely difficult.
Combat maneuvers
It just
begun.
really is just a
Heavy
case
corvette
of keeping
complete. We cannot
throwing your
support any
weapons
further
at
units.
all your targets.
Combat maneuvers begun.
Great, so we've maxed out our corvettes, but we've got one more in the pipe ready to go as soon as we have lost one, I guess.
Reports victory.
Keep destroying these things
Combat
because the
maneuver
resources will
begun.
be useful. But we have another wave of rocks just about to arrive. I mean, of course, this whole thing is part of a story. Real asteroid belts aren't that dense. I mean, if you took an asteroid and then destroyed it with weapons, you might have that many chunks of rock near to each other, but they would separate over time. They would spread out. In the real world, or real solar system, asteroids are a long way apart. Even like the Trojan asteroids, which, you know, you think of as this little collection of rocks sitting at the Lagrange points near Jupiter, they are still huge. They're still, like, you know, millions of miles apart, right? If you were standing on an asteroid, the odds of you being able to see another asteroid, like, with the naked eye, would be quite remote. Although I should probably actually simulate that just to, you know, just to see for fun. I'm sure you've all seen my, you know, asteroid discovery video. It's had a little play recently because in the run-up to Asteroid Day on June 30th. So I'm actually thinking of redoing it again in 8K resolution for the handful of people that have insane, you know, video hardware.
Begun.
Okay, these guys are still doing it. This is, yeah, there's not really much in the way of strategy here. It's just kill things as quickly as possible. I'm not sure what the best loadout is. I suspect ion cannon frigates would be the best thing to have here, because the ion cannon frigates can shoot from a long way away. They don't need to maneuver into range.
Local resources exhausted.
Perhaps I should have used some more aggressive options. I don't know.
Ready.
And the carrier, yep, still doing nothing. Yeah, I mean, the asteroids are essentially, in science fiction, they are a plot point. They are a trope. They are something that you use to spice up the story, such as providing a mission where you get to shoot lots of things. Maybe this is intentional. Maybe the next mission you need all the resources for the next mission. Yeah, I mean, speaking of resources, yes, oh yeah, I have not been launching my corvettes. So I gotta select them all. I don't want to launch my salvage corvettes because they will just crash and burn. There we go. Launch, not launch, all launch selected. Now everyone, get to work killing more asteroids. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm targeting everything individually, but I guess you could drag out a box. I'm just not sure the best way to, like, drag out a box which only covers those things that are gonna hit the ship. So I'm just hand prioritizing these targets. I don't know, I guess, is this am I doing this wrong? It seems like a rather tedious mission if you ask me. Yeah. Of course, in the real world, the asteroid, there is a real asteroid threat, right? You know, there's impacts happen regularly. We've had a couple in the last 100 years that have caused, you know, physical damage to the ground. Obviously, Tunguska was really big, and thankfully, well, honestly, the area was so sparsely populated that if anybody was near it, we would never have known. Whereas Chelyabinsk, we have, you know, thousands of people who were injured by flying glass because they had this awesome meteorite flying over the sky, and everyone said, "Hey, look at that awesome meteorite!" People rushed to their windows, and then the shockwave blasted the glass into their faces. I mean, they weren't being stupid. It's not like most people would understand the effects of a meteorite blast. It's not something you have happen every day. And this is, of course, fundamentally one of the problems with selling the asteroid threat as being something that people should spend money on rather than make movies about. I mean, funnily enough, I think if you took all the movie budgets and put them together, you might be able to launch something like the Sentinel Space Telescope and find all the potential impactors before they cause any serious damage. But no, people have a really hard time figuring out threat when you have things like asteroids. They're very rare events, but when they happen, when the big ones happen, they can kill a lot of people. So it turns out if you do the statistics, if you take the mean time between civilization ending impact and divide it by the 8 billion or so people that we have on the planet, then you get a number of deaths per year, or on around, you know, thousands, which is more than the number of people that die through aircraft accidents. So odds of you dying due to a random aircraft accident are in your lifetime are lower than you getting killed by a rock falling from the sky. People are really bad about risk assessment in these kind of situations. That's why you have, you know, computers and numbers and everything to tell us how dangerous things really, really are. I mean, I will be fair and point out that flying is so safe. In fact, safer than driving. It's so safe because so much money is spent to make sure that the aircraft are kept running well, that accidents are investigated with extreme detail, and you know, if a plane flies into an asteroid, I'm sure we will have a lot more research on, you know, killer asteroid prevention or whatever. Of course, if you're interested in the asteroid threat, you should definitely pay attention to Asteroid Day this year. That's on June 30th, which is of course the same date as Tunguska. The Tunguska impactor fell over Siberia and flattened thousands of square miles of forest. We'll have all sorts of famous, smart, you know, intelligent people that know all about asteroids trying to tell the world about the threat that they pose, but not just that. The fact that it's relatively cheap to deal with them. Literally for the price of a couple of Hollywood movies, you could save the world for real from killer asteroids. Anyway, I'm thinking that I have actually successfully saved my people from the threat of killer asteroids. I think there's nothing. There's maybe a handful of objects still coming in. Yep, time to just clear it up and mine everything. Oh, there's those ones there. Take those out quickly. Yeah, we're very close to being done. So once they're destroyed, you get RUs from it, and it's just a case of sending your mining ships out there to make sure that they can collect the debris and turn it into shiny new spaceships. Okay. And that's the last one. The last one.
Iron cannon frigate complete.
Okay. There, excellent. So now, yeah, I'm just going to clean up anything nearby so we can break up some fragments. The idea being that we should be able to, you know, get as many resources as possible from this mission. We're building some ion cannon frigates, have some more room for those. Look at my entire fleet just zipping around there shooting these things.
Group 3 reports victory.
No sound effects from this distance. I don't know, a lot of people, there's been strange dichotomy regarding the zoomed out versus zoom in. I get people saying, oh, you should have zoomed out so you could have seen that threat. And then I get people saying, oh, you should zoom in so we can see the spaceships. And So I mean, you can't really do both at the same time, which is why I'm probably going to be playing it at a distance like this. It's a lot easier. I don't want to lose any one of my people to a surprise attack from the edge of the map.
Detecting incoming Bentusi vessel from the clearing ahead.
Oh hey, it's the Bentusi, my favorite trading race or whatever. I've only met them once, but they were nice to me then, so I'm hoping they'll be nice to me this time. I like the sound effect of the Bentusi. They're very, like, mellow. They're very zen. Makes me think of like a Buddhist temple.
Moving on.
Greetings. We have come to trade.
Let me meditate on the merits of this trade agreement.
Copy. Repairs initiated.
Okay, enough meditating. This technology is required by drone frigates to be able to launch and control. There are 24 armed drones. That's awesome. I've always wanted to have a drone with 24 arms.
New
This is a
research.
dangerous and unpredictable
New
region.
frigates available for
Can you give us
construction.
information that will guide us through the nebula?
We hear nothing there. Even the Tide End fear the great nebula. No one returns.
What do you mean no one returns? Hey, where you going? It's a good thing you guys aren't selling information because you're, well, you didn't really give us very much. Still, we're always ones to buck a trend.
Hyperspace module fully charged.
I mean, it wouldn't be much of a story if we went into the nebula and never came out again. Okay, so before we go into the nebula from which no one returns, we're gonna harvest whatever rocks we can. There's a bunch sitting all over the place. And this will be a very long and slow process. If you do jump out, you do get a portion of everything, but it does. I'm not clear if it's 100%, and the jury still seems to be out, to be honest, as to whether you get 100%. So I'm just going to leave these things running for a little while and then come back in a minute. And thanks to the magic of editing, we're ready to hyperspace out now, having filled our coffers and built some new spaceships. Everyone, get to the mothership! Get there now! And there we go, beautiful. Disassembling ourselves and squishing our atoms all across the universe at faster than the speed of light. It's magic, or science. As Arthur C. Clarke reminded us, or at least coined the phrase.
The Bentusi said, "No one returns."
But I will return with part 9. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.